Jacob just let Lex do it.
That was the first initial Lex countdown.
So typically I wait until the let's get started, shall we? And then I start counting down, but then she was just like, let me do it for you.
Anyway. Let's get into it, shall we? So, picking up where we last left off. The party arrived in the city, which had looked to be a sweeping metropolis of towering buildings and dense, twisting streets surrounded by a protective wall of mountain, which reaches around the city unnaturally. The party was met with Daktin in the body of Tregobor and sitting on a throne before the 8 members of the High Council. Meeting eyes with Tomo, Daktin plays the part of anger, claiming that Tomo had killed him. He dismissed the High Council so that they may speak in private, Ajax catching something about the way Daktin was speaking with Tomo. Now in private, Daktin relaxes and explains part of the reason he had invited the party here. He asked them for help bringing down the cult of Malar from the inside. He despises the hypocritical cult, who claim they wish the destruction of all civilized society, yet lounge in comfortable towers surrounded by walls. They claim they are doing this all for the good of lycanthropes, yet build this idea on the foundation of slaughter and deaths of countless of innocents. He is angry at the life that they had taken from him and Tomo, that Tomo would be dead if the cult had their way. The party all agree to aid Daktin, which comes first in an investigation of the High Council. Daktin fears doing this himself, as if he is spotted to be investigating the High Council, they may bring him up on treason, which is punishable by death. So I ask the party to do so auspiciously, masquerading as emissaries of Tarathiel, aiding the city in the coming times of darkness. Making their plans, the party are given rooms to rest for the night, and Daktin takes Tomo aside. They have a brief conversation about how Tomo is doing, and touch briefly on Aktha's loss of memory. Daktin then takes Tomo away from the city, somewhere where they can pretend things are normal, at least just for a night. They have dinner in an old abandoned house outside the city, which bears a striking resemblance to Daktin and Tomo's old home, where they eat food with dolls made in the likeness of Daktin's parents. That night, the full moon shines, and Tomo fails to resist their inner lycanthrope. But the necklace that they have gotten from Tarathiel braces against it, turning them into their hybrid form instead. Daktin returns Tomo to the city before heading off somewhere else. That night, Tomo asks Sweet Daisy to contact Daktin's parents, which they do. They are both safe and relieved to hear that Daktin and Tomo are okay, and say that they have a new sister to meet when they return. After sneaking into Utgard's room to rest throughout the night, the party prepare for their investigations ahead of them.
Hooray!
Kyle, I don't think we had a gender reveal last session.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did they say sister?
Yes. He said sister.
Yeah.
He said sister.
Okay. I was like,
You
I
didn't
thought they
tell
just
Tomo
said they
it's
took
sister.
it in- I remember them just saying like they brought in a new stray. I didn't remember the sister part.
Yeah, no, he said sister. Anyway. You all rest throughout the night, and if you have any hit points that are gone, you can restore your hit points as normally. Your daily skills reset.
I think if I
And
did,
I have
it'd
some
be-
XP to dole out. For reaching the city of lycanthropes and getting somewhere new, you are all granted 2,000 experience points.
Kyle, that almost levels me up twice.
Let's go.
Kyle, can I get just 300 trauma XP,
No.
please?
No.
I forgot the
we're at
pencil was
7.
on my head, and so just now when I leaned over to plug in my phone, it. I almost had a
Anyway.
new hole.
So we're at
You all-
74, 250, right?
76, 250.
76, 250.
Oh, it didn't. I put it in the XP's change thing, but it didn't work.
Did you
Did you
hit
hit enter?
enter?
I thought I did. Yeah, it's not working. Oh
Oh,
well.
weird.
76, 250.
I'm level 2.
As you all wake up,
Roll your
Utgard,
die.
you were probably the first one awake in the night, as last night you remember finding a nice quiet room alone where you can get your beauty sleep. And as you slowly blink awake, you see the entire party in front of you. Declan and Tregobor included.
Utgard like wakes up and he like slowly like looks around and then he sees everyone and he's just like, I should have expected this, and he's just gonna lay down and go back to sleep.
Okay. As the morning continues to rise, each of you wake up one by one, taking in the early morning air and the fresh new day ahead of you, when, before you are really able to get your bearings, you hear a sharp knock at the door.
Oh. Wait, Kyle, I did actually have a question, though.
Yes.
Does Faradun disappear when I go to sleep now, or no?
No.
No, he...
No.
Oh, no. Oh,
He just stays
God,
out-
I'm
he
so
just
much
stays
more
out forever.
vulnerable. Okay.
Yeah, he
What?
stays out
Why?
forever.
Because if he dies, I lose XP.
That's who?
Yeah.
Let's keep him perpetually level 1. Kill fair dude. Kill fair dude.
No!
Utgard's gonna walk over and open the door.
You open up the door and you can see there's a servant very well dressed, probably like a porter or something. He looks at you and says, "The chief requests your presence in the throne room immediately."
We will be there as soon as we can.
Understood.
And
he
he'll
stands
shut the
there,
door.
waiting. Yeah, you just kind of
Just like-
close it on his face.
Yeah. Utgard's gonna turn around and just be like, first of all, I'm not surprised that you are all here, but I suppose I should be. And I guess Dacton wants us to meet him in the throne room. Immediately, apparently, so
Alright.
Alright.
chop chop. Get up.
Quite early. My goodness. Not even time for breakfast. And Sweet Daisy's gonna start taming the bed fur, and she's gonna put on her pumpkin.
I was
And as she's kind of looking in the mirror, she's gonna focus her eyes in the mirror behind her at Utgard's sharpied face, and just smile to herself
right.
just a little
I
bit.
forgot you did that.
Same.
Yeah.
I've
You-
did too. I
Cool
completely
dude
forgot
shows
about that.
up.
You probably go to like fix your hair or something in the mirror, and then you just see it on your face.
I don't
What
even
is it
remember
again?
what you wrote.
It's not
Cool.
Sharpie. It is.
Cool
It is.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
Cool dude.
isn't it best dude?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Something
Yeah,
like that.
best dude
Yeah.
on your
As
forehead.
Kaz is walking by, he just casually hands you a washcloth.
Yeah, Utgard is like staring at himself in the mirror, just like these motherfuckers. And he's just gonna like give the side eye to Daisy, just like not say anything, just stare at her, take the cloth from Cass and start to wash it off.
I'm just gonna prestidigitation myself. Clean myself up a bit. Not Utgard, though. I'll let him wash it off himself.
Okay.
Power move.
Yeah.
Wow.
You use it to
I'm-
make it come back on.
Yeah, I just keep putting it back every time you wash it.
I'm your uncle. Show me some damn respect.
You're like the absent uncle that was gone for months at a time.
How dare you? It was work, I swear.
I wasn't getting milk.
I work abroad.
Yeah.
But are you all ready?
Yes, I'll ever be.
Yep.
You go and you open up the door, and the porter that was there before is still there, right where you closed the door on him, waiting for you to be ready. And as he sees you all gathered, he just says, "Very well, I shall escort you." And he turns and starts walking down the hall.
Utgard's gonna be like under his breath to the party, be like, I thought he would leave. I didn't think he'd just stand there in front of the door.
That was a little creepy.
That was a little
Wait, you
weird,
didn't? Wait, you guys didn't expect him to stay at the door?
I commercialed it on his face and was like, okay, bye now.
Also, I mean, like, who kind of does that, right?
I mean-
like you are like, hey, the chief wants to see you, and then you leave, and then you don't expect the person to just...
I mean, a servant in a noble-esque area, yeah, that's quite normal.
Did they do that to you in Leylshei, Nulson? We didn't have that in the pasture lands.
Well, no, of course they did that.
Wait, how
Why
many
wouldn't they?
nobles are in this party?
Well, I'm not really a noble, but I did serve under quite a few.
Daisy, let's be honest with ourselves. You're a noble.
What?
I mean,
Noble. A little bit.
I do.
one of your titles literally ends with queen.
In that aspect a bit, but let's not mention that out here. We can maybe keep that on the down low.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a reason I didn't say the full name.
The porter leads you up the stairs, over towards the large double doors. The two lion lycanthropes who are in their hybrid form standing beside the doors. They're different people, but they are still, looks like obviously part of the same body of soldiers. Open up the double doors, leading you inside the throne room once again. The 8 seats for the High Council are empty. It is just Dakton sitting on the throne, and there is a man standing beside him, back facing you all. And as you all enter inside the throne room, the doors closing behind you, he turns around, and you all recognize him immediately. An Ellisborn, tall, thin, very pale. One of the figures that was with Tarathiel when your airship crashed.
Fun.
He has his arms clasped behind his back as he turns around and looks at you all entering. Dakton's eyes move over to you as well, and he says, friends, come close. This is... I forgot his name. There we go. Friends, come close. This is Aethys. He's the 3rd lieutenant underneath Tarathiel. And, well, if you'd like to explain why you are here. He takes a few steps closer to you, Aethys does, and he says, it just so happens that my legion needs a place to stay for the next few following days, so of course the chief is so gracious to open his city to us and our like. I do hope that we are seen quite hospitable, he says as he's staring at each and every one of you.
As soon as Utgard realized who it was, he puts himself between him and Aktha, and his hand doesn't grab his weapon, but it is right next to it.
I'm also gonna take a half step. Just
And he looks into each and every one of you. And before, he doesn't even make a motion. He doesn't say an incantation. But you hear his voice in all of your heads. And with a very practiced smile, he's staring at you while he says, don't think of doing anything to this city.
All Cass can think of is the parallels to when Agronath said that and the inevitable doom he faced literally less than a day later.
And then he turns around and faces Dakton and says, very good. I suppose I can't persuade you to mobilize your troops to meet with us. We are in the middle of a war, after all, and you do owe your loyalty to Tarathiel, don't you know? Dacton just kind of leans back in his seats and just says, yes, I understand, but there are a few things that need to be done here. First, you understand. He just nods, says, I shall be in my rooms if you need anything. And before leaving, he once again meets all of your eyes, gives you all a knowing look, and walks away. Slow but loud footsteps. The doors open as he exits. The doors close behind him. Dector just kind of leans back in his seat. Well, we probably should have expected this. We have a babysitter now.
I was gonna say, I suppose I don't need to tell you that it's an accident that he's here.
No. Definitely not. He's pretending that it's merely happenstance, but... Well, you probably know Tarathiel just as well as I do. He does not do anything by accident.
No. No, he does not.
Is his legion in the city now, or are they on the way?
They're in the city already.
How many are they?
The 3rd Lieutenant's Legion is something close to 1,000 to maybe 2,000 strong.
Oh boy.
I mean, from what I've heard, there's no problem for us.
All I say
Utgard
is,
chuckles to himself.
be careful. Tread lightly.
He did not take... How did he take... Did he mention that we are emissaries of Tarathiel?
He made he did not say exactly, but he made me know that as long as you are not seeming to destroy anything here, that he will play along. But this just gives us even more cause to be cautious. As far as I know, Tarathiel is the only one who can, well, see into our memories.
Fun.
But I mean, if he is the 3rd Lieutenant and Tarathiel sent him here, he probably told the Lieutenant what we're up to, yeah?
Yes, he probably has an idea, so... all the more reason to be more careful.
My thought is this is some kind of test, or... it's kind of a game to him in a sense.
I'm afraid nothing is a game for him. But... I apologize for such an early morning. I shall be off. I have some things I must take care of myself. Good luck. And if you need anything, you know how to reach me. He stands up, takes the sword, puts it in his belt, and walks off. Yes.
Can I do an appraise check on that sword?
It's very nice. It's a good sword.
You kind of mentioned it a few times now, Kyle. Maybe we'll see. It's like special.
It's called the Chieftain Slayer. It's what every chief does to kill the chief before.
Yeah. It's called the Highlander sword, where you're the Highlander.
My appraise, not that great.
There can only be one.
7.
7? I mean, it's probably magical. You don't know, though. It's probably cool, or it's just a really cool sword. You don't know.
Can I do an appraise check?
Sure, what's your appraise plus?
It's a +2, and I rolled a 19 on the die.
So 21.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, it is definitely magical.
Okay.
To what it is magical, how it's magical, you don't know. You just know it's a magic sword.
It's not like some,
Is it a nice sword?
It's not like a legendary blade from ancient histories or anything like that. Okay.
No, it's not like a. It's not like a
Dawnbringer,
historical
is
sword.
it?
No, it's not like a historical sword or by any means. It's just
Hey,
a
sword.
magical sword.
Okay.
Cool.
So he wants us to investigate the council, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we know where any of them are?
You know their
No.
names. You don't know specifically where they are in the city.
We know their names, and we know we're about to go on a shopping spree. That's about
There
all
is,
we know.
There is one
Okay.
of them I would like to check out fairly soon, if possible.
Who's that?
Wasn't-
Benaou. Dacton said that they're part of the council and that they could probably help with the whole
Yeah,
memory thing.
Oh,
So that would be nice.
wasn't that
would
also?
be good
going
to
to-
check out for sure.
I kind of assumed that was going to be our first person to investigate anyway.
I don't think this needs to be said, but I will say it anyways. Be careful with what you say. I don't know if you know the one named Ajax, but
Oh yeah, no, we met him.
I don't know if you guys know his name. I know, because he was locked up with me, Aktha.
He was
Don't remember if Daisy was with us or not.
Daisy was
all-
there.
We did
Yeah.
meet him when he was.
It was just the
Oh, yeah, I
ones
wasn't there. I
who
wasn't
weren't there were Nulson,
wasn't.
Utgard, and Cass.
That's true.
Right. You've seen him, but I don't know if you know that his name is Ajax.
He did also
Um,
like fly
no.
off.
Didn't know his name was Ajax, but Cass did. Cass probably would have told you guys last night that Ajax seemed to know something was up, but didn't seem to know what.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna show you.
Just gonna say.
He's quite observant. So don't think there'll be an easy time to pull one over him, which I can appreciate. But
Yes.
just be warned.
So maybe being forthright with him would be the best.
I'm not sure. Haven't quite gotten a good read on him yet. If he's in like mind with us, then he'd be most likely invaluable, but if he is against, then well, we have our work cut out.
Time will tell.
Yes.
Out of character, are we planning on just trying to one by one as a whole group find people to talk to? Like we're
That is
just
a
gonna
good
bombard a single people with our whole group, or are we splitting?
I mean, my
We
gather
need-
information's +5. I can always help trying to find the others.
I don't really have any social skills
Yeah, no.
leveled, so
I have
I-
a really high sense motive in diplomacy.
I'm good at sensing the motive.
Oh,
And I
And
have
Sense
I actually,
motive. That's it.
we're not.
fun fact, I actually have a 9 in bluff.
I'm pretty good at bluff too. It's in the +20s.
Oh my god.
Pretty good pair. That's amazing.
That's amazing. My +14 in bluff became a +5 in bluff after I got de-leveled. have a
I'm just
+5.
asking because, like, do we want to try to like maybe make 2 groups? Because there's what 11 other 12 11 how many people are on the council?
8.
8
So
8 people we have to try to find.
if I had my personal theory on what we should do as a group, we should have, I think, Daisy and Nulson. Daisy because she's good at the diplomacy bluff. Nulson's good at sense motive, and third either Aktha or Utgard.
Or we can split into 3 groups. Do Aktha, Utgard, Daisy, Nulson, Qas, Tomo.
That's true.
Because then it's one person that's good at finding information or finding people, and then a person to talk and then a person to fight.
Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
But also shopping spree?
I do have a question about
I will say that.
my armor. So, if I
do armor.
can I get more enchantments on my current armor?
Yes, as long as the like total enchantment cost doesn't supersede like a +10 bonus, then you're good.
Because so right now it's a it's a +2.
Yeah.
And I want to get some enchantments that would make it like plus like a +8.
Yeah.
So 6
okay.
more
That's
enchantments.
that's possible. Yeah. Just the max on any given item is a +10 bonus cumulative.
Okay.
That's
And
good.
would the so if an enchantment is a +1 enchantment, does that mean it's like 1,000 gold? Like,
It's
or
exponential.
would it be like it would be like a like would it be the exponential cost?
It's whatever is on the SRD.
Yeah, so a +1 armor is 1,000 gold. So like +1 would add on to what the bonus is. So a base magic item's a +1, and if it adds a +1 to it, it'd be a +2 then. So it's like now it's 4,000 gold, and so on and so forth. In the magic item section, you can see the absurd prices it can get to. If you want a +10 armor, it's 100,000 gold.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
A lot.
Is there?
I will say too, with the setup that I was talking about with the Aktha, Utgard, Daisy, Nulson, Tomo, Qas, that would allow Daisy and Nulson to get all the diamonds and stuff without
That as
letting
well.
Tarathiel know.
But also just having diamonds for resurrecting people is not super suspicious, really, when both of us can do that.
Right. But I mean, like, you can openly talk about it, you know?
That's true.
That would be
And
good.
also, it would be actually. It'd be. I don't know if it'd be good or not, but it would definitely be surprising for Tarathiel if one of the Hellbirds went down and then they came back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So wait, so my armor is a +2. If I wanted to add a +1 bonus onto it, would it be 9,000 gold?
It would be
If it's a
however
one-
much the +1
Enchantment.
enchantment is.
So 1,000.
Additionally,
1,000 gold.
Yeah. Because that's just
it would
gonna
make
be-
You're only
that, it would
adding
make
one.
that overall cost be. So, like, if you were to sell it, it would be overall
Okay.
a +3 bonus on the price modifier.
Okay, I was
But if you're
worried that
getting-
it was going to be like a +1.
Yeah.
And like, that's a lot of
For
money.
9,000.
But okay.
No.
Is there any armor enchantments that like make it so you don't walk slow as shit?
Probably, I don't know, but
There's feats
Not that
for
I
it.
have found.
Probably
Yeah,
things
not
that
really.
You have to look
make
at the
it
master
difficult
feats.
terrain.
Look at the
There's
master
nothing,
feats.
at least armor-wise. Yeah, there's nothing enchantment armor-wise that negates that movement reduction. You can get like boots that give you an additional.
yeah.
But
very
I have
expensive.
I have my
But
teleporting.
I have
boots,
scout,
and
guys.
keep
I
them.
did. I read the whole like extra supplement book for like enchantments and like armor and weapon enchantments. Just those 2 sections, which were huge. I've got a lot of in here.
There's
There's
a lot
not.
of beauty.
I was looking for it.
What would you all like to be doing?
Well, so me, Nulson, go off. We're team. What should our team names be? Since we're splitting up,
I mean, we don't need team names.
we absolutely need team names. How are we ever going to distinguish who's on what team and who we're talking about?
What did
Are
we
we
base it on color then?
Nature.
Are we
Meanwhile,
splitting into?
What
What?
did you say, Jacob?
Nature boys.
We can be the Royal Rat Vanguard.
I love
Oh my God, Cameron!
Royal Red
Good
Gang.
idea.
God damn it!
Yeah,
What is-
DuckTales reference.
What is that a reference to?
I'm gonna look at
The Dark
Tomo and
Souls
go,
2.
I don't know if I'm good at making names, but maybe something
One of
around.
the, it's one of the worst bosses in the game.
Maybe yin and yang? The dragon and the tiger?
This is very fitting.
Well, now I feel like I need
How
to
long
come up
have you
with
been
something better
thinking
than
about
Nature
this?
Boys.
I mean, it's
Royal Rat Vanguard, Yin and Yang.
Nature Boys.
Nature boys.
Reminds me of that
I mean-
John Mulaney bit. It's like, we
There's a-
were team 2.
I know. I was just about to say, there's always that one group that's just team 2. So
Be team 2. Just name
Like,
yourself
what's your
team
name,
2.
team 2? You got it.
the Blue
I mean,
Angels. What's
you
your
could call
name?
yourselves
Team 2.
Natural Reclamation.
Natural Reclamation. Yeah.
You're
That's a good
gonna
one.
go
Mhm.
attempt to
Lo-
reclaim.
Broken Bond.
I mean,
Lost in the
broken
woods?
bond.
Rampaging Baroliths, you know? they're,
I mean,
they're magic
I-
cards. They're magic.
Doubling season.
Doubling season. Primal
Rampaging
Vigor? Hardened
Smell
Scales? Wait, Hardened Scales?
That was so
That
good.
would be so good.
Oh my god.
I'm fine with whatever you come up with.
Hardened Scales it is.
Hardened Scales, Royal Rat Brigade, and Yin and Yang.
Vanguard.
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 Yeah.
I like to think Dace changes it every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
The Royal Rat Authority.
Royal Rat Cavalry
Another boss.
Royal Rat.
Battalion.
anyway,
Royal Rat Navy.
who would like
Oh my
to
God.
go
Royal Rat Air
first
Force.
between our 3 teams?
I need to message Spence. Some
Uh,
Naras.
I mean,
Should we roll dice?
Utgard and Aktha know what they're heading towards. So
Rolling
this
is
that.
funny though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can
So
we're going-
roll.
We're going towards what's their name
But
again?
now.
Benaou.
Bono.
So wait, do you want to roll or should I roll? Okay.
You
To see
rolled
who
our,
goes
our
first.
lovely level 1 sorcerer.
To see who goes first. 12.
So what does that mean?
I thought we were rolling to see
Also-
which group goes first.
Also, I just looked it up. Benaou.
But no. Oh,
Benaou.
A new.
Mare and Cameron, who's rolling for you guys?
It's a Swahili name.
I got an 8.
All right, we're not going first.
I guess we go
And
first.
then Yin and Yang.
So-
Which
okay.
one of you guys is going first? Or which
Well,
one
they're
of you guys is
choosing to
rolling?
not go first.
Oh. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're discussing and
Yeah, we're discussing.
Gotcha. Well,
So-
then we'll go first.
As
Yippee!
as you all exit the tower. Well, for the first time, actually exiting the tower, going down the numerous stairs.
I'm too old
They're
for
not-
this shit.
There are no elevators here, so you have to walk down all 20 flights of stairs.
Would you say they keep going and they bend a little to the left?
Yeah. It's
Utgard definitely is
Stare.
like huffing and
Stare.
puffing. He's like, I'm too old for this shit.
But you all exit out onto the ground floor of the city, look at each other, and then go on your separate ways. Aktha and Utgard, making your way further, deeper into the city, and from above, in the tallest building in the city, it definitely had a much different look about it. All the buildings are now towering above and around you. It feels like the skyline is suffocating you in this oppressive and narrow streets as you are navigating the very, very twisting and winding, incomprehensible spider webs of streets. It is also rather filthy. Not on the main streets, but in the back streets, as you make your way between all of them, you can see there are a few people sitting around, drinking, looking up at you, trash littering the streets around you. The street lamps are now off since it's daylight, giving... There's no direct sunlight either, so it's all just the gray light that's bouncing off the towers, offering just some small semblance of visibility. Can I have either of you make a search check for me? Looking for Benaou. Benaou.
Can I use gather information instead? Like trying to talk
Sure.
to people?
If you want, yeah.
Yes. Gives me a...
Because I have a 0 to search and gather, or I have a 1 to gather information, so I'll leave it to you. Can I get a +2 for help?
Sure, I'll let you
Okay.
use aid another, so you have a +2.
Just like Utgard just menacingly
Okay.
standing behind Aktha.
25.
25.
Yeah.
Oh, baby girl.
You ask around the city, talking about Benaou, however the fuck you want to pronounce it.
It's your name, Kai.
We'll go with Benaou.
But now.
As you get to, you don't really get a lot. You kind of get like vague gestures and a vague idea of where in the city it is. But then you speak with one person. They're kind of like making their way down the street. Looks like they're on their way to a job or something. But once you kind of like flag them down, they give you specific directions where you can find them. They have a very small clinic in the city, in one of the more impoverished areas of the city, and she is known to treat people for free. And so you make your way to that part of this town, and it was dirty before, but it is more so now, in here especially. A lot of the buildings look abandoned and deep in disrepair. Windows are broken in, doors are off their hinges. It looks like all of these people are without homes and are just living in these buildings just so they have somewhere, a roof over their heads. And in one of the corners in the dead center of this district, you can see there's almost like an open garage a very vast open place, very clean. A bed, table in the center, all these different vials of medicinal tinctures and potions lining the walls and shelves, and you can see Benaou herself is going through each and every one of them, marking things off on a ledger. She's rather short. You maybe have a few inches on her, Aktha.
Oh wow.
My little 5'2"
She has a she has a short bob haircut, brown hair. She's wearing very clean clothes, and over it she wears an apron. And as she's writing things down, the two of you approach.
Hello? Are you Benaou?
I am indeed. Sit down. I will be with you shortly.
Oh, alright.
Does she have any like magazines or reading material?
Yeah, there actually are a few like seats lining the opposite wall of the tinctures. You can see it's the setup.
Like rope.
Yeah.
It's a setup where it's like two chairs and then a table and then two chairs and then a table, and there's like reading material on there.
I'll pick up the one that says Times New Roman. Is your hobbit hole bright for you?
Yeah, you guys are this just old man just sit down like with the paper.
The newspaper.
This feels like a dad with like taking their daughter to like a woman's clinic.
Yeah, I'm here to go see my
After
Okay, I can thank you.
after she notes down all of her stock, she kind of like dries off the ink and then closes the ledger and turns around and says, "Hello, what can I help you with?"
So there's a couple things, but I think the main reason why we wanted to come see you first is because Dacton told us that you might be able to help me with some memory loss.
The chief, I remember you were in the throne room last night.
Yep.
A pleasure to meet you. You said memory loss.
Yeah. He has more
Sit.
information about it
And
than I do.
she motions to the bed.
Yeah, I'll get up and sit on the bed. He has more information on it than I do, but yeah.
Tell me, when does this start happening? And she starts casting some spells on you, just some appraisal, divination spells, just to see what's up with you.
48 hours?
So, like, 7 years ago and also 3 days ago?
It's a bit of a long story.
Well, go ahead. I need to know everything if I am able to diagnose properly.
Utgard will look at Aktha to see if they want to explain it, and if they won't, then he will start explaining it.
Go for it.
Okay.
We're gonna obviously exclude details of Tarathiel's involvement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like exclude, like keep it vague, like no real names, but just say like how like so like a hag put her soul in Aktha and kind of was pulled out, and they like kind of took their memories. And Utgard doesn't know that you haven't said that you're about the dream, or because you don't remember the dreams, right?
Yeah, I don't remember the
Yeah, you
dreams,
don't remember
but
the
I have talked about how like some sensations and stuff have kind of come back, like with the Bridget special and stuff.
Okay. And he'll bring that up as well.
Okay. After you finish explaining everything, you can tell, but now he's a bit taken aback by the whole of the story. But afterwards, she says, I see. Could you maybe relax a bit, close your eyes, focus on your breathing for a moment?
Yeah, sure.
And Utgard, you can see she reaches up her hand and closes her eyes, and her hand is maybe half a foot away from the front of Aktha's face as she closes her hand, and you can see there is some gentle greenish yellowish energy that begins flowing between her palm and Aktha's forehead. Lasts for maybe 30 seconds before she puts her hand down, opens her eyes and says, "Alright, you can open your eyes."
Alright.
It is strange. How familiar are you with the practice of souls and energy?
What kind of check would that be?
Arcane?
Arcana?
Arcana, yeah.
7 plus 6, so 13.
13? You don't know much about it. You
I feel like I
You
probably
know that
studied
things
more, like,
have souls.
physical.
Yeah, you know that things have souls. You don't know what to extent that means or what that really means. But now looks back to you, Utgard, and the look kind of poses the question to you.
I will. Do I have Arcana? No. I have history, religion, and martial lore. So I guess it's just flat knowledge.
Flat knowledge, yeah.
Does he get a +2 because he's a god that went through soul shit?
No.
Because he is Ellisborn?
I dropped it. No, 5.
Yeah, no, you don't know either.
I don't think so. My magic is more like the practical coming out of the hands sort of thing.
Well, I will
I
be
know
brief
the-
about it then.
Broad strokes.
Your soul is, well, in essence, every single part of you that there ever will be, that ever has been. And there are some creatures out there, and there are some practitioners who can see directly your soul. It is the soul that is afflicted when a lycanthrope is turned into a lycanthrope. Energy, therefore, is the essence which is exhaled by the soul. It is the flow that goes through your body that gives you energy and vigor. And this is one thing that is much less known about, I should say. Sure, some people may be able to see souls, but to see the flow of energy is like trying to see one's breathing. If your soul is your body, your energy is your breath. If that makes any sense.
It does a little bit. Is it... I was told that at a point I was able to do naming. Is that something similar?
Not quite,
Okay.
but similar manipulation of energy which exists in all things.
Okay.
But I just looked to your energy flow, and it is still stagnant, like an empty, non-flowing river. I do not know what is causing this, but I assume, since the energy flows from the soul, there is some thing engaged with your soul that is preventing the flow. I may have a few ideas to begin this flow anew. Such things would require you to be put to sleep. Are you okay with this?
I'll look at Utgard, like, kind of like, are we okay with this?
The decision is yours. I will remain here as long as you are asleep, if that is what you decide.
Alright. Well, okay, so maybe Utgard, you should, like, turn your back while I do this? Because of him? You know, like, everything that's going on there?
I can if it makes you more comfortable.
Yeah, just like a little bit.
Sure.
Okay.
Igor will turn to Benaou, just like, if you need any assistance, you need only ask. And he'll turn around so that he's not watching.
Well, just because, like, you know, the whole thing.
You don't need to explain. It's okay.
alright.
She walks over to her wall of tinctures and kind of scans the lot and then takes one off, hands it over to you and says, drink this in its entirety and then lay down.
Alright. Well,
Um,
can I spellcraft it? Like how I do with the potions, trying to figure out, like, what they are?
Make a spellcraft check.
Urquhart is going to be on guard just for anything that would be a little sus.
Okay.
Can we get some bad luck Nikos?
No.
Yeah, so that's a nat 1 for a total of 7.
It's a potion.
Okay.
It's a thing. It's a thing to drink.
Okay.
I just realized you rolled a nat 1. I was
Yeah.
gonna add on to it, and I'm like, no, you got a nat 1. Never
no.
mind.
I feel like I'll just kind of, like, drink it and do, like, the thing that, you know, you do when you have just, like, a lot of olive oil on something and it just coats your mouth. You're just like,
Yeah, you drink it, and it is that kind of like thick viscosity, and it's very bitter, and it almost burns as it goes down your throat. As you drink it, you can tell this isn't a potion. This is just like medicine. This is not magical. This is just medicine.
this is just actually medicine.
But as soon as you feel it just kind of enter your system, you begin getting drowsy. Very, very sleepy. And you lay back, and Benaou looks down over you and kind of puts her hands gently to the sides of your head, not touching you, but just holding her hands there. And she says, just close your eyes and count to 10.
Why? Yeah.
By 2, you fall asleep. As you drift off, Utgard, you hear it behind you as Aktha just honks out.
Honk shoe.
And as she begins working, Benaou begins explaining and says, though you are turned away, if you permit, I may walk through what I am doing if that puts your mind at further ease.
It would grant me comfort, I will not lie.
I will once again tap into their energy flow and see if I can trace back to whatever the blockage is at. And you hear a very faint humming sound. And after a few moments, you can hear the, not so much hear it, but you can feel there's almost a tensed silence. that is strange. Something about their soul is attempting to wake them. Like they do not want them to be asleep. I shall do my best to keep them under, but they may be forced to wake up.
Do you require assistance?
Not yet. Not yet.
Nothing like prolonged sleep, like blunt force trauma to the head.
I was gonna say, assistance. Aktha wakes up and just sees a from her car.
Just shadow boxing above me until I wake up.
Aktha.
Yes.
You counted to 2, and you drifted off into a deep, heavy slumber.
Sure did.
And you wake up once more in that endless expanse. Bright blue sky, dappled clouds, a reflection beneath you of the sky. And all at once, all of your memories are returned to you, including all of the memories of this dreamscape that you've had before. The knowledge that you will lose all of this if you wake up.
Oh,
But you are lucid, more so than you had been before. And you look distant across the horizon, you can see that figure standing, back facing towards you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll call out and then start like kind of jogging over, just like, hey, who are you? Where am I? Is this just a dream?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are?
You start running. And they're just standing there. You get about 10 feet behind them, and you can see better who they are. They look human, wearing a long, flowing white gown, almost like a nightgown. Long, black hair reaches about their mid-back. And as you approach closer, you hear, she just says, "It's easier to wake up and forget than remember what I've taken from you." And she turns to face you. And it is Annalise, the woman you remember being rend from your form that night the airship crashed.
See, that's kind of the thing about me. I don't really like forgetting everything, you know? Even trauma has its use. I don't know if I should be... Are you actually Annalise, or are you just like a figment of my dreaming brain?
Yes and no. I am the very small fraction of Annalise that was left behind when she was taken from your body. A small fraction that kept you alive long enough for your friends to help you.
But, like, if I tell you something, the you outside of here won't know it.
I don't know. I want to say no. They have been rent and sundered, and
Killed.
there's something about me specifically that still sleeps inside your soul that, I don't know, still cares. I don't I don't know if that means that this part of me was entirely taken away from whoever is out there. But I am here,
I mean,
and here is all I know.
I will say there's like a... I don't know if I want to hug you or punch you kind of thing with it, you know, like... Because we were kind of the same person for like 7 years, and you're the reason why I still draw breath. But at the same time, you kind of put me in the predicament in the first place.
She just kind of looks down.
I don't, like... Okay, so... Right. The scar on my face is from a weird, shadowed version of you. But I remember the reason I was able to get out of that is because I showed you compassion. So... Like, I feel like some part of you cares for the soul that you claimed as your home for a while.
Perhaps. And she turns to look out against the empty sky and just says, at first I believed it was the same kind of compassion that you have for a home that protects you against the rain and the weather. Because that's all I wanted at the time.
But
it was only years later that I realized what that costed. Killing a child.
yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Don't know. Everybody I know was killed by the gods. We were used for our usefulness, our creation. And when we were no longer useful, we were killed. There was nothing I wanted more than just to stay alive, at whatever cost it would be.
Is that why you created the chains? For Jormungandr?
For a time, yes, that was the only reason we were being kept alive. But once it was finished and Jormungandr was gone, there was no more reason for us to still be alive. And I watched one by one as every single person I worked alongside and lived alongside were killed.
Then can I ask why you decided to do that again? Here on Eldervale?
I don't know. Trathiel came to me very, very early on. The half of my soul that remained in the body of that hag, and told me that there was a way we could make our sins against the gods right. I don't know if I just left the part in my brain that, I don't know, saw logic within you, but I agreed. But if I didn't, well, he would have killed me.
Not to... just to kind of play, like, devil's advocate, right? Wouldn't that kind of have been like a very heroic sacrifice? One life for the lives of millions? I know that if that was on the table for me, I probably would have.
Like I said,
You don't...
perhaps if I was me who stands before you now, who still rests within your soul, I would have denied. Don't know how all of this works, how souls work, but perhaps all I was, the one who Tarathiel had saw, was the part of me that only saw self-preservation. I don't know if it's still like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to give you an answer, but souls, you kind of have, you know, a bit more information on that than I do.
The only thing I know is that you technically have two souls right now.
Crazy, right?
You pilots your waking body, your physical body, bereft of the experiences and the memories. And me, the one who has that, but will lay dormant.
Please don't. Like, I know you feel like you're kind of protecting me, but everybody that has tried protecting me has ended up doing more harm, either to themselves or to me. Like I said, you know, there's stuff to be learned from the pain, the hurt, and the experiences. And we're talking about 7 years, you know, like there's kind of a lot of life in that. And I just don't know. Annalise, I'm not saying this to try and hurt you or put you down in any way. Honestly, if you're the part of Annalise that sticks around, I think that'd be great. You seem a lot more nice than the hag that came out of my body. Like, if you need, like, a home, you can... I guess you can reside in my soul. As weird as that might sound.
She kind of struggles for words a little bit and says, "You're a very strange person, you know that, right?"
Yep. Yeah, I do. I've been told a lot.
You know what I've done to you. You know things that I've taken from you, and yet I do not deserve the kindness that you are offering me.
I mean, you've taken a lot, but you also gave a lot. I mean, the whole reason Fairdoon was a big crazy monster that was super cool and I could ride into battle, that was you. That wasn't me. And I would never have met the party if it wasn't for you. I'd have never fallen in love if it wasn't for you. You might think that all you did was take, but you gave quite a lot.
Aktha, could you please make me a diplomacy check?
Which diplomacy? Because I do still have my old character sheet that has my old stats.
Could you make your old diplomacy check?
Okay.
Let's go.
This is a lot
go.
better. 15 on the die for a 30?
Oh,
30.
Clean 30?
Oh, please.
She just kind of turns away from you and looks out across the sky and says, You have to make me a promise.
Sure.
I don't know why I was left behind. Well, I could certainly guess. To keep you alive. That's what I did. But I don't know. If you see her again, Annalise, the other part of me, you'll find out why.
I'll do you one better. I'll try and make her good again.
She turns away and you can see she just has a gentle smile on her face. She steps close to you and says, "All right. I think it's time for me to let go then."
I mean, you can stay here too. Like I said, have a dream buddy would be nice.
She
It's
puts
a very beautiful place.
She puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "If we are to restore yourself, I must become part of you. This part of myself will vanish. I will invest what little strength I have left into you. But you will never regain what you had lost, at least not fully.
Alright.
Your memories, though, those will be back."
I can live with that.
She steps back, puts out a hand, as if to shake.
I'll hug her.
You bring her into a hug, and she gives it back. And the clouds begin to expand. The light begins brightening. And just before everything is too imperceivable, you hear her say in your ear, "Thank you."
You're welcome.
And it's bright white. And then perception begins returning to you. You hear the voice of Benaou over you, saying, "I don't think I can hold them for much longer." And as you-
Should I turn around and help?
"I don't know." And the magic slowly fades as Aktha, your breath normalizes. Your eyes slowly open. You can see Utgard is now standing, but now takes a step back. And you are, or I should say, you have reclaimed all your lost memories and are still in possession of the ones you had made since the destruction of the airship.
Gonna-
And additionally, you are now a 10th level sorcerer.
Holy shit!
Let's go.
And
oh my god, you have so much character creating.
Yup.
You have so much level.
You're
And in a
Wolfgang
level-
levels now.
and a level 11 namer.
Unfortunately, your naming is gone.
I
But
I'm gonna. I need distress piece so bad.
you open your eyes, Utgard. You can see Aktha opens their eyes. They're
Utgard is still turned
nothing-
around. He doesn't see it.
Oh, okay, Utgard's still turned around, but now looks down at
I'm-
you, sees that your eyes are open, and she just says,
before she can say
"Hello,
anything.
are you okay?"
Before she can say anything, I'm just gonna stand up from the bed and hug Utgard from the back.
He's like, "Oh, you're awake." And he's gonna try and turn around, but you're still holding on to him. So we're just.
No, I'll let
Wait.
you turn around. I'll let you turn around. It's just
Are you-
tears.
Benaou kind of takes a gentle step forward. "Are you all right?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm good.
How are you feeling?"
remember everything. That's good.
Utgard like bends down or to like look you in the eyes, and he puts like a hand and like cups your face with it, and is just looking, and you can see that tears start to well up in his eyes as he pulls you in for a big old dad hug.
Utgard, as you looking into Aktha's eyes, before these past few days, it was just almost dull. Like there was a lack of something, like the body was moving on autopilot. But now, there's a glint in the eyes. Recognition. Life.
Utgard's just gonna say very softly, it's like, it's good to have you back.
It's good to be back. I'm gonna hug Benaou. Just say like,
Oh,
thank you so
hello.
much.
I don't think I did anything. I put you under and you woke up. But you're welcome, I suppose.
I guess that's true, but you're the reason I was able to talk to Annalise. I know you don't know who that is, but it was
You
the whole
talked to
thing.
Annalise?
I did, yeah, it was good. It was good. There's a lot of trauma I'm reliving currently, but it was good.
Benaou gently gives you the hug back and says, is there any sickness to your stomach? Any lightness of head? Any headaches?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
She goes, it's alright, sit down. I could give you something for that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
The anxiety floats back.
Yeah, just like a mint or something would be nice.
Yes, here, I'll give you something to set at the stomach.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she hands you over
Wait,
another
hold
potion
on,
bottle.
hold on. Is it gonna be as... Alright,
No,
fuck it.
no.
No, it's okay. Alright.
Yes, as you start drinking it, it doesn't taste as bad and bitter as the old one. This is meant to soothe the stomach, so it's very mild tasting, and as you drink it, it feels very warm in your stomach and settles your stomach.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah.
All right, you can stay here for as long as you need. Once you are ready, you can stand up and maybe move about. I am here just in case if you need anything else.
Okay, wait, hold on. So...
And she casts a spell on your vomit on the floor, and it disappears.
Okay, so now I have a weird question. Because, like I said, I have the 2 sheets. What does that mean for my skills? Like, specifically, like, my charisma skills. Like, are they...
I will say, for the purposes of your characters, you have both the class skills of Summoner and Sorcerer as if you were multi-classing, but you only have Sorcerer levels.
Right, but, like, do I have my old bonuses, or am I gonna need new bonuses?
No, you need new bonuses.
Okay.
Just whatever is determined as a class skill is as if you were multi-class
Okay.
between Summoner and Sorcerer.
Cool.
But you do need new skill ranks.
Cool. So, I mean, like, physically, I'm fine. Mentally, I'm way better and worse in very different ways. But
I'm sure it is a lot to take in.
it's a lot. There was kind of 2 reasons why we were coming here. The first was, yeah, my memories. And then the second was, Kyle, what exactly was Dacton wanting us to ask? Like, because I know he's like, I want to burn everything that this city stands for.
Specifically, he wants to know where his true allies are.
Okay.
Like, if it comes down to it, would you be loyal to Dacton or to the
city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically what he wants to know.
Good way to phrase that without
Yeah.
saying that.
Right.
You're so kind.
I just kind of wondering, like, what... The best way to kind of put it is... Where do you... This is gonna sound...
Where do your loyalties lie?
Yeah. Yeah. Where do your loyalties lie? I know it sounds
Do you
bad.
have a good dental plan? You seem real busy.
This is a
Do you ask that
total
straight
shift
up?
change.
Do you ask that straight up?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think Aktha would, yeah.
She kind of hesitates as she's moving over to her wall of potions and stuff.
Look, I know
and kind of
it's a big question. I know there's a lot of implications behind it. I want you to know, I get it.
She just kind of pauses, turns around, looks at you, and says, "My loyalties lie to the people.
Not like the infrastructure.
It would be nice to have a
You're going to
facility
get
to."
Killed.
She says it would be nice to have a facility to conduct my operations in, but I suppose just the people. Why do you ask?
Okay, no, honestly, that's kind of a good answer. You know,
Are you
like,
feeling
regard it-
alright?
Oh my god. I think that their mind might be still catching up with everything.
Of course.
I'm surprised that you do not have a bigger facility now that you speak of it. You are a council member, and to provide such a service, I would think that it would be beneficial for you to have your own building and staff and...
If I will say this in the most respectful way possible, it is my choice to be here.
that makes
The
sense.
people who live in these parts of the city do not have such access to the facilities and, abilities that, more well-to-do citizens do. So,
Well,
it is why I do not charge for my services, and it is why I am here at dead center in the most rundown part of the city.
why not build it here then? I'm just surprised that there's been no more formal...
If I do not charge for my services, then I cannot pay people to help me. I can take volunteer work, but they're not as reliable as employees.
Does this place not have taxes, Kyle, to fund public infrastructure?
No.
Oh my god, give her
Or
a
if-
loan.
Or if there is, it's certainly not going here.
Give her 10
Right.
grand just
Just-
as a thank you.
Dude, just give her a handful of gold. She deserves it.
How much would you need to get something like that started?
What do you mean?
Like,
I don't think that's why we're here, Aktha.
I mean, that might not be why we're here, but if I can help somebody doing a great service, then I will.
Quite all right, but thank you for the offer.
I just mean like would 1,000 gold set you up for like a year?
And she just says, "I'm quite all right. Thank you, though."
But I just mean like, the better that your facility runs, the more people you have operating it, then the better everybody is.
And she just holds up her hand. I understand. I run my business to the point and capacity where I am able to do what I need to do. Nothing more. Nothing less.
Okay.
We appreciate your help, nonetheless.
Yeah, it was.
Of course.
It was
It
a-
I don't think I
a
can
rush.
repay you for what you've done.
This is my pleasure. She moves back to continue working, writing in her ledger. Do you linger around for much longer?
I just mean,
Utgard
like, how do you feel
wouldn't,
about Dacton?
Utgard is going to drag Aktha away by the collar. It's like, okay, we're done here.
Get some fresh air.
As you leave Benaou's facility, Aktha, now once again reunited with your memories and a small sliver of the previous power that you had. That's where we're going to take a short break.
I want you to know I've rolled 4 2s in a row.
Hell yeah.
No.
Oh no, Jacob!
That's a 5th 2 in a row.
So squishy.
At least the max is only 2. Or 2
the
of
max
4.
is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Only a 4.
as we return, which pair wants to go next?
Rolled for it, so
We can roll for it. Cameron, do
Oh,
you
you
want to roll
guys could
this
just
time?
go.
Yeah, you guys can't just go.
Just go.
We could. How are we supposed to follow up that emotional bomb that just happened? How are we
not.
supposed to compete
We're not
with
supposed
that?
we're not supposed
What?
to.
Nulson and Sweet Daisy, the two of you kind of wave goodbye to the other groups as you turn and move into the city. The two of you. What would you like to be doing?
Besides buying those items,
Going shopping.
and shopping. Who should we investigate, Mayor? Well, we got some choices. We can investigate some people.
We do have a lot of choices. I think we should go to Dacton's roommate, as he called it first. The guy that he moved in with that is clearly not really just a roommate. You know, he said he could help us out with our supply need.
Wait, shit, sorry, I had the cameras messed up. Okay, we're good now.
I mean, Daisy, we can do that. But at the same time, why didn't we do that before we left?
Well, we were saying goodbye to everyone. You know, you never know when it's going to be the last time.
Yeah, but we're on the ground level.
Or do you have something against stairs, Nulson?
We were just already up there.
We were. We were up there, and now we're saying goodbye to our compatriots. Come on, we can. How fast can you do the double step? I can't. My legs are short. I can fly. I can fly up the stairs. It's not that hard for me.
We wasted like 10 minutes doing this, Daisy.
And that's why it's 10 minutes spending with our loved compatriots. You never go to the end of your life and say, you know what I did? I spent too much time with the ones that I love. You know? I don't think an extra 10 minutes is gonna hurt.
I personally think that Daisy should use spider climb and climb the tops, like the ceiling stairs,
like Spider-Man.
so it looks like she's like
beneath of the
upside
stairs.
down.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Real Labyrinth and or MC Escher of you.
I guess Daisy, we could have just saved time by not. It's fine. And Nelson's gonna start walking
Okay.
up the stairs.
You go back up the stairs, up all 20 flights. As you go back up to the top of the towers.
Wait, we're in a what's the altitude like? Are we in a high altitude zone? Does this suck?
No,
Oh,
I mean you're on an island, so the bottom floor is sea level. So
okay, fair enough. Ugh. Daisy, how'd you get up here? I walked.
Sweet Daisy's looking pretty good. Sweet Daisy just sort of levitated her way up. She's letting the magic item do most of the work.
you're now back at the top. What would you like to do?
What was his name? I don't remember his name.
It was Dacton's boyfriend.
Did they introduce themselves?
They did.
Yes, they did.
I always forget his name.
Thazrael.
That's real.
Thazrael.
That's right. We'll find
Basically, my
Thazrael.
brother-in-law.
You will find Thazrael. We will slink around in the darkness of the halls.
I'm gonna walk normally and find him.
Are you gonna look for him, or are you gonna ask somebody about him?
I'll ask someone actually.
Okay.
Hey, dude, where's
you
Thazrael?
flag down a nearby servant that looks up at you and says, "Hello, can I help you?"
Where's oh my God, Thazrael? Is that the
Thazrael,
now you
yeah.
said?
Azrael.
Thazriel.
He's currently in a meeting with the chief. Is there anything important that you need from him?
No, nothing. Absolutely nothing. We don't need anything. We can come back later when he's not busy.
How long is the meeting?
It should be ending rather soon.
Like
2 minutes. 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we can wait for that.
Understood. I will send word that you are waiting.
All right.
And he moves off into the throne room.
Daisy, were you about to say, no, it's fine, let's just go back downstairs?
No, I was... Well, I mean, we're supposed to investigate everyone. We could listen in on what they're saying.
Azrael was not one of the people you were supposed to investigate.
Wasn't even on the list, Daisy.
Look, I know he's not on the list, but, you know, Tomo hasn't been quite at his top ever since he lost since we all lost Aktha, I guess. Well, they're still here, but, you know, she's not quite the same.
I mean, yeah.
Tomo asked me to do a favor for him. I need to keep my eyes out on everyone here. Trust it or not. And to be frank, I think the biggest threat to us right now is Dakton.
I see what you mean.
So, even though it's not our official job to investigate him and Thazriel, it's not going to hurt to keep an eye out, to keep ears open, you know?
And how do you suggest we do that?
Well, for one, there's a secret meeting going on right next to us. Would you like...
I want to mention, it wasn't secret at all. We were just told about it openly.
I know, but... Sweet Daisy is going to try and listen to what
Would you like to make a listen skill check for me, please?
She would.
I think Nulson, since he took the vigor thing, he's just been like really not as good at like sneaking around as he used to. So he's just like kind of weirded out by it. And now you just trying to listen in and he's just doesn't know what to do in this situation.
It's my listen check. It's right there. It is. It's a +1. It's a 13.
Yeah, you put your ear up to the wall. And there's one thing that you notice. The meeting isn't being had in that room. It's completely silent.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, it's not this room. It's somewhere else. There's actually no one in there. Actually, what is in this room? I reach for the door handle and unlock it.
It's the throne room. You're at the top floor.
Oh. Peek in here. While we're waiting. Come on, it couldn't hurt.
I mean, we were already in I don't think there's anything against us being, okay.
When do you get the chance to investigate a throne room alone? You know? Who knows? We might get into a fight in here and need some sort of secret passage. Look for any doors or traps or buttons or treasure or, I don't know, any secret little thing.
I mean, we can't. No, maybe. I don't know. Well, I mean, I've been in throne rooms by myself kind of a decent amount.
And your throne room is filled with that kind of shit. And this is the head capital of like little tricks and traps and treats and just all sorts of illusions and stuff. It's the city of lies.
Kyle, is it the city of tricks and traps?
It is not.
Okay. Does my character know that though?
Probably not. You've never heard of this city either.
All right. I mean, yeah, maybe. Hell, there might be tricks and traps.
It doesn't stay hidden for this long without people building lies into the very architecture, you know?
I'm going to do something that will help me later. I'm going to cast True Seeing on myself and just look if there's any like illusionary walls or some shit.
Okay,
I
make a
love
spot
Sweet
check.
Daisy assuming that every hidden society and cult is like her hidden society and cult.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a very wide
That's
world
very good. That is a 39.
39.
Oh, shit.
You cast the spell and you throw it up and you start looking around.
Get less.
No illusory passages, no hidden anything.
So Daisy,
Yes.
this isn't the city of tricks and lies, is it?
Well, I'm not sure. I've never been here before.
Oh,
It is a cult, though. So,
so Daisy, I cast a spell to see if there's any illusionary walls and like hidden passageways and all stuff like that. There's nothing.
there's nothing?
Nothing. It's actually quite boring. We're on the 20th floor. What kind of secret passages would there be?
I don't know, like a slip and slide downstairs? Oh my god, like I get having to go up them, but you'd think they'd build like some sort of thing where you can just, float down. Water slide. Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, that would be fun, I guess. Seems impractical.
Around this time, you can see a figure steps out into the throne room. It is the tall figure of Thazriel. And he looks around and he sees you too and says, hello. You said you wanted to speak with me.
Yes, just the man we were looking for. About
Well-
those supplies we requested earlier. We need to have a chit chat about that.
Right. Anything that, we can give, not, everything, mind you, but, we can certainly aid a bit. And he kind of motions for some of the seats to be taken, and he sits down in one of them.
I'll
Go on.
sit down as well.
Could you give me like a scale in like from double to triple digits, like how liquid is our budget?
We need materials for spells.
All right. How much you think?
We're hoping maybe, 1,000, 2,000 gold of diamonds?
Yeah, at the least. That's like the minimum amount we need to go do something very important.
Perhaps.
Oh,
1,000 to 2,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds, you said?
yeah.
We might have some of that lying around in the vaults. I'll have to check. I don't know if we have exactly that much worth, but whatever we can lend, we will.
Yeah.
Is that all?
And then just basic spell components, really.
Spell components, sure. Yeah. I mean, you can get that at any store around.
That's true. Is there
Don't
anything?
exactly have spell components locked away in vaults.
When you say like, is that all? We've never been to this city. I've had small interactions with the cult of Malar, as we all have, almost getting stabbed through the heart and such.
I haven't. I've
little
never met
ball.
this man before.
Oh, well,
Apparently you have
Nulson has a
history.
much
It's nice to
more
meet you.
experience.
Nice to meet you too. Your point?
What exactly is like the upper ranges of what is available here?
Look, I'm not of the kind to sign away blank checks. So, just tell me what you need and I'll tell you if I can get it to you or not.
Of course. How about, do you have castle schematics? Like some sort of blueprint that shows all of the little hidden ins and outs here? Have you discovered any on your own?
There's very few, and I myself am not privy to such information.
What are you privy to? Are you like a social man? Are you a fighting type of guy? Are you a lover?
What is
Hey,
happening,
now.
Daisy?
Hey, now.
Daisy, what's going on?
You need to step back a little bit.
Sorry.
official title is...
Courtesan.
No, it's not.
Head courtesan.
Head concubine.
Is-
That was the word I was looking for.
Chief consort.
No, is man-at-arms. Chief's man-at-arms. So, I'm like a personal guard, something of a commander. Nothing so official as that, but, you know, something like that.
Right. So you're like fighting type. You're able to pack a good punch when you get the opportunity.
I like to think so.
Right. Well, you and Dacton are clearly very close, right? Did you travel together before you became privy
This
to
is
all
not the... This is not the purpose of your meeting. You needed
No.
supplies.
We did need supplies, but I would also like, some background questions. We're going to be working together clearly.
Right. Well, for now, that's on a need-to-know basis.
Out of game question, Lex. Do you need new armor?
Yes, I'm slowly working on looking for armor things.
I have 900 gold to give you towards that fund.
Okay, well,
I
I was going to literally
day
ask
one
him
leather
for-
armor.
I was going to literally ask for like a chain shirt for you. Would that be useful at all? It's light armor.
It's like, I mean,
100 gold. Not magical
doesn't
or anything.
chain give like negative to skill checks? I don't like
It's a
that.
minus.
Yeah, it does.
It's either that or you have leather still.
Or we get...
Or
magical.
Lex can buy her own enchanted leather.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean,
It's only 8,000 for a +2 bonus.
Well, if you reciprocate the price I paid for it, I will literally just give you my mithril chain shirt.
I'll get back to you.
Okay, then I
I
don't
don't
know what
know,
to tell this man.
I am. These eyes are intaking information at least 3 words a second. All right.
All right, then.
That's not a ton.
I know.
So I have a more relevant question. Ajax, what do you think of him?
Is that more relevant, Daisy?
What do you mean?
It is more relevant to our mission,
what-
that...
In what purpose?
I
Like,
Here, wait. Out of game Meredith question. Thazriel is like, he's in on this city.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's confused
cool.
by the phrasing of your question.
So, like, when we're going around investigating things, is Ajax, like, on the priority list of 1 to 8? Is he, like, oh, damn, he, like, started a food fight in the cafeteria once and, like, pulled a knife on Dacton? Or is he, like...
I mean, out of
chill?
most of the council members, he's rather, shall we say, aloof.
That's
He
what I've got every
watches.
time I've met him.
He doesn't speak. He watches. So,
That's incredibly suspicious. Is there anyone he's
Is it?
particularly close to, has been seen talking with?
as far as I know, I have no clue.
He just absolutely keeps to himself?
Most of the time, yes. Shows up for the meetings. Doesn't really do much more than that.
What is his, like, position? What does he do here?
He's a member of the High Council. Part of the head legislative order that rules the city.
Is he like a Nepo baby, or did he earn his spot?
Oh,
I mean, it's a
He
good
just kind of
question.
like narrows his eyes, and he's like, Ajax has been on the council the second longest out of everybody. I think he knows what he's doing.
No, I'm not. I'm just wondering how long he's been. So he's the second longest member. Do you know how he got here?
To the island? Like how all the other lycanthropes did.
Like, was he recruited? What did he do before this?
That I do not know.
I mean, I assume before you're conducted into the cult, your past really doesn't matter, does it?
I think that was a really
Indeed.
pointed answer. Lex, make notes.
I missed it. I was looking at boots.
Lex! Mayor asked your ex's boyfriend if they knew what Ajax did before he became a lycanthrope, and Kyle said in a really pointed voice, "That I do not know." Make note of that in your brain. We're gonna need that.
Can I need that? So he's aloof, mysterious past that assumedly no one knows about, right?
Not many, at least.
Not many. Who would know if there was someone? Do you
I
think?
don't know. I don't know who he's in with or where he spends his time. I really only see him when the High Council gathers.
Do the High Council live in the palace?
No. Well, one does. The rest have their own places out in the city.
And that one being Dacton.
Dacton, no. Well, Dacton is the chief, so he lives up here, but he's technically not part of the High Council. The High Council is the 8, shall we say, advisors to the chief, and the chief stands among the High Council, and together they form what is known as the government. But the High Council and the chiefdom is separate.
So one of them lives here? Who is that?
I'm looking at the list that I made. Zakaya. He's the newest member of the High Council.
Zakaya. And how do you spell Zakaya?
There, I have the list. I sent the list earlier, last session.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let me copy paste it. Zakaya. He is the newest of the High Council members.
Newest. Wait, how long has he been part of the council?
A few years.
Newest is a few years. Do you not have elections or?
The High Council chooses who should replace a missing seat on the High Council.
I see. And who chose? So they all chose Zakaya to replace it?
Well, vast majority vote is what they call it.
Yeah.
So long as at least 2/3 of the votes are in favor, then it goes through.
I see. Actually, is very interesting. Where do they live in this tower? Like what floor?
Floor 14.
14.
Are they still getting their bearings in the city, which is why they're staying here, or is it from some other reason?
They've been in the city for quite a long time, most of their life, I want to say. So, it's not that. I assume they like it here.
Personal choice. I mean, it's a good one to make. If you could live anywhere, a palace. That's understandable. But it also means they probably know a lot that's going on around here. They probably have eyes and ears and quite a few walls. Do you know what Zakaya did before they came?
As far as I know, he came in rather young. He was maybe 14, 15, so he was just a kid. You know, probably lounged around his parents' home. I don't know
Yeah.
exact specific details of how every single person came to this, but if I were to guess, out in the woods one late night, got attacked, afflicted, taken, turned into a full lycanthrope.
As it happens.
And then chosen to be on the High Council. Wow, prestigious position to be 14.
Well, many years later.
Yeah, I don't think he's currently 14. The Zakaya on the council, who we technically met, didn't look 14. They were like, what would you age would you say they were?
Well, you don't know who on the.
Well, yeah, yeah, we don't know the specifics on who's
Well, I mean,
who.
Yeah, you don't know who.
Shit.
They would be
On
the
the council
youngest one, though, wouldn't they?
Whoever the youngest.
I mean,
looking
in theory.
All the races
In
are-
theory, he would be around 25, 26.
What race is Zakaya again?
Halfling.
Halfling?
halfless.
I can speak to him in his mother tongue.
And then what is his lycanthrope form?
Cheetah. Although, just to, between us, asking, well, other people giving what other people's lycanthropes form is, bad manners.
Oh.
You
So
ask
we
them
sh-
yourself, but this